Hello everyone, it's Jessica and I'm back with a little something different. Today I am participating in Off the Board with Crystal Barrett from Pineapple Papers, and that means to just choose a layout off of your Pinterest board, and I have chosen this one, To Lift by Brianna Lepper for Hip Kit Club, and I just love this layout so much. It's been on my list to scrap for quite some time now, so I am finally deciding to do this one. So I'm starting out with the Simple Stories Sunkissed collection, and I am just going to use everything from that today. And I started with this pretty blue background paper with some just marshmallow white basil cardstock underneath. And I'm just tearing the paper just to follow the same design that Brianna chose on her layout, just for that top half, and just kind of ruffling up those edges to start. So I'm just gonna go ahead and glue that down because I'm not doing anything else to that top, and that part is done. So I have these two photos here of my sweet little guy in summer of last year. Well, I guess it was not quite summer of last year. I think it was May last year. So not quite summer. I guess it was still spring, but we were having a pretty chill day, and he was having a popsicle and just kind of having a good time hanging outside. So I am doing some Distress Oxide blending here on my cut file. I decided to cut it twice in white cardstock, and this cut file is from Pear Tree Cut Files. So I have just ink blended some scattered straw and mustard seed on there to give it kind of an ombre effect, and then I'm going to get out my Tim Holtz Ranger Distress Embossing Dauber, and I am just going to daub on some of this embossing clear, I guess it's like a clear liquid kind of stuff that you can put on here with embossing powder, and I'm using it with that stencil, which is also from Tim Holtz, and then sprinkling my navy blue Ranger embossing powder on that, and then I'm just going to peel up my letters and use my heat tool to heat them up to actually emboss them. I'm using tweezers, but just a side note, you should not use metal tweezers whenever you're using your heat gun. I just could not find my clothespin laying around, so I just took a chance and went for it. Also, I have actually used my heat gun while it's still on my Cricut mat, but I don't recommend that either because it actually warps your Cricut mat. But I used an old one that time. I figured it was going to happen, so I didn't care, and I was gonna throw it away when I was done with it anyhow. So it was not an issue, but just a side note, take it off of your Cricut mat before you use your heat gun on that. So as you can see here, I've just heat embossed each one of those letters. I left the popsicle one for the eye out because it's actually part of the background part of the cut file, the outside. So I have just cut it out twice, and here is the other part that I cut out because I wanted to leave the outline completely white so that the letters really pop. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that all on here on the blue, like Brianna's layout has, and I am going to pop up those letters, but leave the actual cut file in the background and stuck down to the dark blue paper. So here I am just cutting a piece out to back the little popsicle for the eye. And I'm not going to worry about the stick. Usually I make sure that I back everything in the cut file, but I really didn't mind that the stick was blue, so I just kind of left it that way. And honestly, that piece of paper that I had out that I used for my embossing powder would have went perfectly for the stick. It was kind of like a sandy kind of tan color. But oh well, it's okay. I like it the way it is, so it's going to stay that way. So I am just pulling out that piece of scrap paper left over from my cut file. I'm going to use that to back my photos with, just a little kind of tiny border around them. And then I'm going to use a couple of the coordinating papers in the smaller paper pad just to back them again, just to give them some layering to them. So I'm using this yellow one and this kind of blue wavy one for the other photo. And then of course I am distressing the edges because you guys all know me, I love my distressed edges, so I had to throw some of those in there. So I'm just distressing those, and then I'm gonna pull out all of my embellishments here, kind of go through them, see what I can add to this. So you'll see me fiddling with this a little bit here and kind of just going through everything that I have in the collection. I don't have full packs of anything left. I've used quite a lot of this collection. It's one of my favorites, so I don't have a whole lot left, maybe about half or a little less than that. And you'll see whenever I'm flipping through the sticker book how little I have left of it in the sticker book, because I love the sticker books and I use them so much. I have actually pulled out some enamel dots, which is from Echo Park Summer Adventure, because those colors seem like they matched this line almost perfectly. So I pulled those out as well, and I'll add those at the very end. But for now, I'm just going to finish up embellishing this and just adding a few things here and there. And I'm just going to use my ATG gun to stick everything down. And I'll pop some music in for you and pop in at the end whenever I have my finished layout. So here is the finished layout. I really like how this one came together in the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and feel free to hit that subscribe button to be notified of future videos that I post. So thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day.